So Nate Silver of 538 wrote a piece for his website as basically a mea culpa for being so immensely wrong this entire election. Now, for those of you who don't know, Nate Silver made quite a name for himself for a variety of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that he's been incredibly accurate in predicting election outcomes for a while now. I think it was like, 2 election cycles or so. I'm not sure if he got 49 out of 50 states in the last presidential election. I think one year he got 50 out of 50. So everybody looked at him and like, ooh, what are you doing? Well, back in the day, he seemingly did this thing where you look at polls. That's pretty much it. Like, you look at the polls, you sprinkle in, I guess, some historically relevant data, and then you come out with your prediction. Now, this election, he kind of strayed from that, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it has to do with the fact that he was trying to make predictions from much earlier on, and before he waited a little longer, or he tweaked the formula a little bit. But, I mean, he was really bad this election. So I want to give you what he says, and then we'll discuss it. He said, "Our early estimates of Trump's chances weren't based on a statistical model. Instead, they were what we sometimes called subjective odds, which is to say, educated guesses. In other words, we were basically acting like pundits, but attaching numbers to our estimates. And we succumbed to some of the same biases that pundits often suffer, such as not changing our minds quickly enough in the face of new evidence. Without a model as a fortification, we found ourselves rambling around the countryside like all the other pundit barbarians, randomly setting fire to things." Okay, now, on the one hand, you got to give him a lot of credit for saying this. On the other hand, it's kind of amazing that you somehow ended up doing the exact opposite of what you started out doing. And also, by the way, like, he's one of the people who said Trump's not going to win and Trump has no chance. Now, on that alone, I honestly wouldn't hold it against him, because at the very beginning, literally nobody thought he had a chance, including me. I said he's got zero chance at the very beginning. But I think the difference is Nate held on to that way longer than he should. In fact, you should see how quickly I flipped on that. So I was the same as everybody else in the idiot parade at the very beginning, saying he has no chance. But then very, very quickly I said, no. I was horribly wrong. I think it was after the first debate, I was like, he's got a good chance. He won the first debate. And remember that when we were just 3 states had voted, 3 states, I said, that's it. It'd be a minor miracle if he loses. In fact, I think he's going to win. So we flipped earlier than Nate. And by the way, this entire election cycle, we were more accurate than Nate. So I know I stopped making predictions at a certain point, but I stopped making predictions because at that point in time, I had lost confidence in my ability to make accurate predictions based on events that happened. So Michigan, when Bernie Sanders, Nate Silver had Bernie Sanders at a 99% chance of losing Michigan. He won Michigan. I came out there and I said, I think Bernie's going to lose, but I think it's going to be way closer than everybody else is telling you. Turns out I was even wrong. So since Bernie overcame a deficit, which was on average 31 points in Michigan, it was a historic comeback. I said, at this point, I can't trust any of the polls because Bernie showed he could override any deficit. But up to that point, so from the very beginning until Michigan, I was more accurate than Nate Silver. In fact, people were, for the first 4 states or something, people were fucking calling me Nostradamus because not only did I get it right, I got the people who came in second right, and all the details of it I got correct. So I think we were I think it was 86% accurate all the way through Michigan, and then I just stopped making predictions. But Nate Silver, he did a significantly worse job than we did, which says something. Now, again, to this point, it would all be fine and dandy. So he admits it. He's a man who can come out and say, hey, I was wrong. Here's why I think I was wrong. But now Nate is making the same mistake again. Dude, you just did the mea culpa. Why would you make the same mistake again? So on CNN, he comes out and he says, when asked about the state of an election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, quote, I put Trump's chances of becoming president at 25%. All right, directly after Nate said that, new poll released. Trump is beating Hillary by 3 points in a general election. All right, not only that, this morning, right before I came on air, new poll, Trump is beating Hillary by 5 points. Now, to be fair, you have to dig into the methodology of these polls because, in all seriousness, the one where Trump is up by 3 points is a Fox News poll. I understand people going, Fox News. And the one he's up by 5 points is Rasmussen, which, again, they lean right, so it's okay to go, Rasmussen. But in other polls, I think it was a Quinnipiac poll or a CBS poll, a SurveyMonkey poll, you have, they're dead tied. So you have Hillary leading by 1 point, but the plus or minus on it is 3 points. So that's just a dead tie. That's a statistical tie. So the same people who said all along, all the cackling idiots on TV who said, Donald Trump has no chance, way after he had proven he had a chance. Oh, who cares? He won the first debate, doesn't matter. Who cares? He won Nevada, doesn't matter. Oh, who cares? He's blown people out, doesn't matter. Now they're the same people who are saying, Hillary Clinton, cakewalk to the presidency. 75% chance of Hillary Clinton winning. Wait. I thought you were the numbers guy. I thought you were the polls guy, the stats guy, and then you apologized when you left that model, and now you jump right back doing the wrong thing. You're like, oh, yeah, no, I know that the polls show that they're dead tied, but I don't know, Trump bad, Hillary good, something, 75% chance Hillary wins. Where are you getting that from? Where are you getting it? Well, yeah, I know what the national polls say, / no, you don't, because you showed no evidence, you know that they're tied. But, I don't know, stuff. Trump does bad with women. And Hillary does horrible with men. Trump does bad with black people. And Hillary overwhelmingly loses white people. Like, do you not understand that this is significantly closer? These were also the guys who said, huge split in the Republican base. Then what happened? Polls came out immediately after Trump and Kasich dropped out. There's not a huge split. In fact, the very next poll showed Hillary and Trump tied. So all the people in the Republican base who they thought would never go to Trump, all the Kasich supporters, all the Cruz supporters, they went to Trump. The only people who didn't go to Trump were the establishment people, the elite people, and, you know, the media figures who were like, never Trump, hashtag never Trump. So you had some establishment elite pricks who were in their bubble, and they thought, well, this is indicative of the rest of the country. It wasn't. It was not indicative of the rest of the country. And also, look, I think Nate Silver is suffering from the same bias. I think in his circle, I don't know if people in his camp support Bernie Sanders, they support Hillary Clinton, but I think they're the kind of people who, even if they supported Bernie, when Bernie, it looked like he's not going to win anymore, they think, well, all the Democrats are going to go to Hillary Clinton. Again, I thought you were the stats people. I thought you were the data people. Have you been tracking in a statistical way the Bernie or bust movement, for example? You know, how have you factored in Hillary's unfavorables versus Trump's unfavorables, versus demographic issues versus turnout issues? How do you know the Democratic base is going to turn out for Hillary Clinton? And how do you factor in that Donald Trump is poised to make arguments that would suppress the Democratic base from coming out at all? If Donald Trump starts hitting Hillary Clinton on money and politics and the fact that she's corrupt and the fact that she voted for the Iraq War. How have you factored this in? You haven't factored it in. So you have become the same kind of pundits that you used to mock. And guess who's taken your place? We have. Because, like I said, I was more accurate than him up to Michigan. I stopped making predictions after Michigan because I couldn't. Every time I make a prediction, I try to have all the data and information. So I'm giving you guys a prediction that's a firm prediction that I can actually trust. Apparently, he's at a point where he's not doing that anymore. He's acting just like the pundits on TV. 75% chance Hillary wins. Why? I pulled it out of my ass. That's why. Dude, you're making the same mistake again. Don't make the same mistake. Don't make the same mistake. But now you know. What they arrogantly called data journalism, and then recently they said, we'll change it to empirical journalism. It ain't that empirical this election cycle. And it looks like you're poised to make the same mistakes. So pump your brakes a little bit. If you're going to do the mea culpa and say, my bad, perhaps you shouldn't make the same mistakes at the same time that you're doing the apology.